What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to another Warhammer community update. And I'm not doing these so much now, but this one caught my eye. I just thought I'd go for it. In this case, I'll just read through it and I'll see. And I don't even know because I haven't read through it yet. See if there's anything I've actually read in like the fluff of the Horus Heresy, anything that can compare. So, celebrate 30 years of Warhammer 40,000 top 5 rivals, and that's what caught my eye, the top 5 rivals, because that could be indicative of future or further boxed sets that may come out, possibly in limited edition releases, knowing Games Workshop, but you know, whatever. So it says, the universe of Warhammer 40,000 isn't a place that's overflowing with brotherly love and companionship, even on a good day. Any given branch of the Imperium is on the brink of open war with another branch. The Chaos Legions are only an ugly glance away from attacking their own. He's called Khan the Betrayer for a reason. And even Tyranid high fleets will happily turn on one another in search of biomass. However, some enmities stand out among the hate-filled 41st Millennium rivalries that make the differences between the Craftworlds and Drukhari look like a brotherly spat. So at number 5, got the Ultramarines and the Wordbearers. Since Roboute Guilliman raised the Wordbearers' perfect city of Monarchia, the world of Kerr, at the Emperor's command, Lorgar's sons have despised the Ultramarines. They took their revenge in the Battle of Calf, an event so dramatic we made a box game about it, and thus began a 10,000-year feud. So I was saying this could be indicative of further box sets, but here that is one that they've already done. Obviously, Calf. I never purchased that one myself. Betrayal at Calf. I know a lot of you did, but to me it was just more Space Marines versus Space Marines. I didn't personally find that very thrilling, to be honest. I don't know. See, that's the thing with a box set. I mean, I know a lot of these are going to be, probably all of them even, possibly, Space Marine versus Space Marine, or same faction versus same faction. It would make more, I don't know, it would be more of a hook to me if it is different, to sort of reel me into buying different types of models. And I understand it's kind of probably a way of keeping the Space Marine as their top selling models, probably. I don't know. What do I know? I'm no businessman. I know nothing about the Games Workshop. So, next, number 4, the Imperial Fist and the Iron Warriors. Here, another classic example. Look, these rival Space Marine legions are both infamous for their obstinacy, making their rivalry particularly bitter, involving all manner of vile betrayals. The Iron Cage, for instance, saw the Iron Warriors lure the Imperial Fists into besieging a fortress, only for it to turn out to be a deadly trap once they breached the gates. So I don't know about that or where it comes from, but there you go. Imperial Fist and Iron Warriors. Next, we've got the Eldar and Slaanesh. Well, that comes from, you know, you can read about that in the Triumvirate books. The Eldar and Slaanesh. Slaanesh hungers for the souls of the Eldari, a state of affairs that they are not particularly pleased about. Well, no, they wouldn't be. Since the birth of Slaanesh, these ancient foes have clashed time and time again, with their bitter struggles managing to unite Drukhari, Craftworlds and Harlequins against their ancient foe. Yeah, like I say, that's I've read about that in the Triumvirate books, so I'm sure there are other places to mark that. I mean, that's kind of a cool rivalry, I suppose. It's kind of, you know, crossing chaos with like the Eldar there. So whereas going back to number 5, Ultramarines and Wordbearers and Imperial Fist and Iron Warriors, I mean, it's still, although like that one is chaos, it's still Space Marine and Space Marine. But anyway, let's go to number 2, the Space Wolves and the Thousand Suns. Now, for me personally, this is probably the most interesting Space Marine v Space Marine ones out there. The Thousand Sons and the Space Wolves were never natural allies, the former a group of scholarly warrior priests looking to understand the universe, the latter a group of battle-hungry warriors who disdain psychers, except for rune priests. It's complicated. Tensions between these legions has been high ever since the Space Wolves burned Prospero and almost destroyed the Thousand Sons for good. And yes, I'm coming to the end of Prospero Burns, and what an excellent story that is. And I can't fault Dan Abnett on that one. I've not been his biggest fan up till now, but that is definitely his best, his finest work so far to date for me. So if you like Space Wolves, go check that one out, definitely. Number 1, the Alpha Legion and the Inquisition. Now, this is interesting. While the goals, or even the loyalties, of the Alpha Legion aren't clear, one thing is certain: their methods throw the Imperium into utter chaos. When a cult springs up on a previously unblemished world, or a seemingly loyal regiment of Astra Militarum turns traitor, there's a good chance the Alpha Legion is behind it in some way. This brings them into frequent conflict with the Inquisition, who despise chaos and perhaps despise uncertainty even more. Now, that one's a bit more interesting, because the Inquisition features like a myriad of different types of, certainly different types of units, and story-wise, they're almost like an army of characters. So for me, that one's probably the most interesting, and that's why it's number 1, I guess. But that would be fantastic to do a box set on that one. And it says here, do you agree? Any deep-seated rivalries you think we missed out, like the Crimson Fists and the Orcs, or Khan the Betrayer and anyone standing next to Khan the Betrayer? Let us know on the Warhammer 40,000 Facebook page, or order this month's White Dwarf for even more top 5s. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good one. That's very intriguing. And yeah, for me, out of those 5, that probably would be my most interesting one, followed closely by Space Wolves, A Thousand Sons. Yeah, I would say followed by Eldar and Slaanesh. And these last 2, 4 and 5, they're pretty much the same for me. Don't really make much odds to me. For the top 3, I definitely agree with. Definitely. Be nice if they had a Tau one and something, further the story in some way to enable the Tau, perhaps the Tau and the Inquisition to come to blows. That would be kind of cool. It's narrative, guys, so you can make anything up to suit your narrative, to have it fit your gameplay. So yeah, but that's it. That's their top 5, and that's what I think. So yeah, thank you for listening to this. Remember, all brushes lead to war. I will see you on the next video, and bye for now.